years, we proved that the toxic politics that divide our nation need not divide our state.
He's back. Former Maryland Governor Larry Hogan making a surprise announcement this week that he is now running for the U.S. Senate. Just one of the many news events this week we want to bring back. Brian Kelly, he is now the editor-at-large for U.S. News and World Report. Brian, good to see you. Every time I asked Larry Hogan about the U.S. Senate and possibly running for it, he made a face. That wasn't a good face. What do you make of this right now, Hogan's surprise announcement that he's running for the Senate?
So I think it's a big deal. I think the reason he's doing it is because he thinks he can win. And, you know, if you were the governor and you had all the tools and toys at your disposal and you look at what goes on in the U.S. Senate, it feels like a demotion, but it's better than nothing. And I think he sees a pathway to actually winning and being, you know, a player again.
The leading Democratic candidates right now, Congressman David Trone, Prince George's County, Executive Angela Alsor-Brooks. You know, Hogan enjoyed 70% approval ratings when he was governor. But there's a difference here. Every time Larry Hogan ran, he was the top of the ticket.
Yeah.
This year, if he gets the nomination to be the candidate, Donald Trump's likely to be the top candidate. That's going to be a problem for some Republicans, aren't it? Because Hogan's been widely known as, you know, an anti-Trump Republican.
Yeah, we'll see. That is the wild card, but, you know, all politics is local. And remember, the other aspect of this, Hogan stepping in here immediately nationalizes that race. That's not just a Maryland race now, because, you know, the Republicans see a path to take the Senate. And that equation has changed in their favor very much, because I think you have to look at him as the potential front runner.
All right, we had this explosive report come out from a special counsel this week regarding the documents case with President Biden, cleared him of any criminal charges, but made some pretty eye-popping assertions towards the end of that report about Biden's memory, his ability to recall events, dates, and times. Biden came out and did a press conference. It's debatable whether or not he helped his own situation with that. What do you make of that? Let's start with the report. Did that special counsel go too far?
Well, you know, whether fair or not, you know, the rules of the Justice Department are you have to explain why you make a decision. He said, we're not going to prosecute, and here's why. I mean, ultimately, Merrick Garland released that report. Robert Hur gave a confidential report to Garland. But I don't think Garland had a choice. You had to release it. The language was pretty cheeky, but it also speaks to a truth, and I think Biden has a real problem there, and did not do himself any favors by coming out and acting like an angry old man saying, get off my lawn.
Well, you know, on that same day, though, we started the morning off by the United States Supreme Court hearing arguments over the Colorado ballot case, which it seemed like Donald Trump had a pretty good day that day, because most of the justices, and not just the conservative ones, the liberal ones as well, said they were a little bit concerned about this idea of allowing one state to determine who could or could not be on a ballot. Does it appear likely, at least from what we heard, it's touchy business trying to predict what the Supreme Court's going to do, but did it seem more likely than not that the justices are going to say, no, Colorado, you can't just be taking people off the ballot?
It did. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a 9-0 decision. I mean, it's, you know, with all the dissension we have in Washington, it's nice to see once in a while you can get, you know, something approaching common ground there.
You know, we're coming up on the South Carolina primary. The former governor, Nikki Haley's trailing Donald Trump right there. But she's really been stepping up her attacks on Trump along the same lines as some of the criticisms of Joe Biden.
Yeah.
You know, the other day, Trump told his supporters that he went to the World Trade Center on 9/11. He has questioned whether or not Nikki Haley was in charge of security on January 6th. She was not. And he's also raised questions about where her husband is. Turns out her husband's a guardsman who's deployed right now. So is this an argument that's going to make hay with Republicans who are already supportive of Trump, no matter what he says or do?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, let's be honest. We have two angry old men at this stage, and things could take all kinds of turns. You know, if Trump is convicted of these various, the polling says a lot of people will leave. Haley is hanging around. You know, it's like a sports team that, you know, you're down by 10, but you keep hanging around, and maybe you get a shot. That's what she's doing.
And until these 91 indictments go to trial or the Supreme Court decisions, is she just a safety valve right now? She stays in this race because she's so far behind in the polls.
Yeah, I think that's the whole thing. This is a year, Tom, you know, like 1968, where a lot could happen between now and Election Day.
Oh, I'm old enough to not remember that. So thank you very much. Brian Kelly from U.S. News and World Report.